Okay, so we are moving to the big project of the summer, which is tackling the floor of the dining room. We call it the dining room. Somebody else might call it the TV room. It depends what you do with the room, I guess. So our issue with the floor is that I believe there was no foundation made in that room. We are directly on the soil, and then they laid some bricks to create the floor. We're gonna show you that now by removing the PVC. When we moved into the house the first winter, that floor underneath the PVC was getting wet every time it was raining outside, which makes me believe that there is no real foundation. And I was supposed to take out of it. See how wet it already is? Yeah, okay, it was on PVC, so that doesn't allow the humidity to fly away, but it is still not normal. Alright, we're gonna cut here and cut that PVC in two, because to remove it in one piece, it's just not possible. See ya!
I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say, I don't push pause, no I push play.
So Susanna, tell us, what did we learn so far?
Taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say.
Yes, go on stage over there. Why not?
The other way around. What did we learn so far? We learned that unfortunately I was right, and indeed that dining room floor was directly onto the ground. Yes, there is a little layer of sand, and then it was brick, so absolutely no isolation and direct contact with earth. Hence the infiltration that we can observe on all the walls, and that's why we felt like the floor was humid, humid, wet, you mean. So voila, fortunately, because it's on sand, it was quite easy to remove. Okay, we had to use the big slash hammer after trying the manual hammer and the little Ryobi on battery and the bigger Ryobi on power. And actually we moved to the mega slash hammer, and we were able to break that floor in less than a day. The van is completely full with all those bricks at the limit of what he can actually carry, and now it's time to go to the déchetterie to empty the whole thing. That's gonna take another maybe close to an hour, and by hand, brick by brick. Happy days. See you tomorrow for the next steps. Bonjour, bonjour. So this is day 2 of the dining room floor. You saw us yesterday take out the brick. Now we need to go a bit deeper into that floor, remove the sand, and we're gonna split it in two. One part of the sand with those big stones we do not want, but that's really fine sand. We're gonna try to keep so that we can, once we are deep enough, we can make it flat and level and nice. Put our polyamine plastic so the humidity doesn't come up again, so we solve the problem. Then we can put our insulation that's gonna look like that. It's exactly the one we're gonna put. It's 6 centimeters, aluminum on both sides. Magnifique, Siri. And voila, that's what's gonna happen today. Yeah. Alright, so this is the big day finally, the day we've been waiting for. It's to drop a slab of beton on the dining floor. To get there, you saw the time lapse of us trying to remove some layers of sand and rock, then level this hole, then put the insulation, then remove the insulation, put the plastic, put back the insulation, tape the whole thing. Then we've put some metal beams all around that we attached with wires so that they're connected. And now we're about to pour the beton, and to help us furthermore, we've put those little sticks. That's an idea of my dad, a very good idea, so that I can put my ruler and see my level and follow my level through the room. So we're gonna start by doing the beton by the laundry room, and then pull until we go outside. You wanna see the setup? Follow me, I'll show you the setup. So here's the setup. We've got 36 bags of beton ready-made. The neighbor gave us his betonier machine to mix it all together. We get water from the well, so that's free, happy days. And we're not gonna work with a wheelbarrow, but rather that big bucket. I bought myself some boots so I can protect my feet. We still have to work on the metal. Ah, we forgot the metal mesh. Maybe le reste d'eau. Pour que ça nous y cale la gueule.
Minutes later.
So we did the surrounding of the perimeter of the room with the cement, and voila, now it's lunch. And then we shall continue. glass it. Is it good there? Is it on tile?
Nee, it's like this lower.
So it's a bit too high. That's where my mistakes begin. As you could see in the time lapse, the wall of the back dining room is now finished. We were able to put that huge plate with Susanna, what a success. Obviously, I have to finish around the windows, do an underplate, cut my edges, flush for all corners, happy days. Now I'm working on this corner, which also need to get some isolation because at the moment we are directly with the outside bricks and with the bricks and a layer of plaster, but that's it. And so when you put your hand around the window, especially up there, you can definitely feel the wind coming in. I'm going this time with 10 centimeters of isolation and 13 millimeters of plasterboard because I have the pipes for the hot and the cold water, so I do need some thickness to be able to carve those pipes into the polystyrene. And actually, the more isolation, the better. Alright, so maybe some of you wonder how I'm dealing with the gaps that I created up there when I cut my board. So there is quite a gap, you see, and of course a bit of air is coming through and whatnot. So what do? We could just put plaster. Obviously we can't put a band because that would cover the wood. That's not nice. Up there we can put a band clearly, but then it's just a bit of plaster that is filling up the gap, and maybe that's not enough. So in that case, this is what I'm using. We call that in French fond de joint. That's some kind of a polystyrene. This is quite dense, but still you can squeeze it. It's 15 millimeters, so it's a bit thicker than the board, which is perfect. And then, so I cut to the dimension, and then I push it in with my spatula, and that's the result. To make sure that it's not sticking out. So now I can put a bit of plaster on top of that. Bonjour, bonjour. So it's not because I didn't do a time lapse that there was no progress. Actually, there was quite a bit of progress, which I want to show you now. So underneath there, I've put my second layer. Happy days. I started after Susanna primed the whole ceiling. I started to put the bands to cover. To actually do the job that was never done. You see here, there's a nice crack. And now there's a bend. All right, I need to do a few more up there. I did above the chimney and on the side, so now that is all nice. That's the first layer though. I did around the window here. And so today is to finish all the first layers. So first layer on this one, and finally the ceiling and the box. All right. The last three pieces for this room. Off we go. So one is already in place. We put the second one in place. Boom. We're gonna hammer that in position afterwards. But for now, that's perfect. Take off the glue right away. Cleany, cleany, cleany. Okay. Then we get the big piece. We press down. And oh, miracle. Right, so a short video to explain a bit more about the chairs for the dining room. We found some beautiful chairs that we thought would matching with our new furniture for the dining room. Unfortunately for us, those chairs being second-hand and somewhat 50 years old, they were not really in good condition.
A few minutes later.
Long story short, the solution, we thought, was to make some foam out of an old mattress, 10 centimeters, two different type of foam, as you can see, so quite nice. But how to put it through there, since we cannot remove the spring, but we thought, let's vacuum pack the foam. Then with a stick, we lift the springs, remove the mesh, push the plastic bag of foam vacuum pack, so very flat, let the spring go back down, tear apart all the plastic with a cutter, and voila. I guess maybe you're gonna see that in a time lapse. If not, at least you already get all the explanation of how we get from old, crappy, uncomfortable chairs to comfortable, nice, ready to sit on chairs.
great, let's rendezvous.